Hey guys, and welcome to the first Discord rewrite tutorial on my channel. Just to make this clear really quickly, Discord rewrite is the new version of discord.py, if you've heard of that. So if you guys already have discord.py installed, please make sure you watch through this entire video because installing Discord rewrite is different and the syntax is different, and that's what we're going to be using from now on. So essentially what we're going to be doing and what I'm going to do in this tutorial is I'm first going to show you the bot that we're going to work to create, and I'll do that in just a second once I get through kind of this intro stuff. And then we're going to be setting up our Python, our environment, our Discord server so that we can connect a bot to that, and then we can write some code for that bot and get it interacting with users. So near the end of the video, we'll be writing a bit of code that'll only be like 2 or 3 minutes just to make sure everything's working. Throughout the rest of the video, we're going to be setting everything up, and there actually is quite a few steps to set this up. So please, if you don't already have your environment set up and you don't have a Discord bot connected, please make sure you watch the entire video, because I know I'm going to get tons of questions asking why things didn't work, and I'm going to have to ask you if you watch the video, and if you say no, I'm just going to direct you to watch it again. So if you guys have any questions and you watched the entire thing, you can obviously, contact me on Discord, on my Discord server, or you can leave a comment down below, but I'm more likely to answer you if you go on Discord because I check that more often. All right, so I guess let's get started. So essentially I'm going to use PyCharm and Anaconda to do this. Now, if you already have it set up with IDLE, which is just, again, like the default install, that's fine. You can use that. The code is going to be the exact same. But for my purpose, I'm going to use PyCharm and Anaconda. So if you don't use that, I'm not going to promise that it's going to work. Now, obviously, we need a Discord server. So I have my actual Discord server, and you can see I already have a bot kind of going in here. So I'll show you quickly. I'm actually just going to run my bot. I got to open it up here. I'll show you what it looks like when it's actually running and on the server so you guys kind of get an idea. So let's just go to Python, YouTube, and discord.py. Okay, so open that up. And then we can just run our bots by just clicking this little run icon. And now you should see that we have bot, and it shows this little tim bot that's online. Now, if I want to see a list of commands, I do tim.help. And then it just goes through kind of all the commands that I've set up, and you can obviously add more. This is just me like messing around with it for an hour. I can check my amount of messages, tim.my_messages to see how many messages I've sent in this server since I've set the bot up, so 33. If I want to see the top users on the server, it should be me, but it'll just say who has the most amount of messages. Yeah, so I have 34 messages, and then we can do like the server stats, so server stats, like that, and says users, messages, days recorded, and then average messages per day. And we are actually going to go through and probably like graph this information and do some cool stuff with this. So these are the commands I've set up. You can do the member count. I won't go through all of them, but you guys kind of get the idea. And I'm going to be showing you how to do all of this and more in this tutorial series. Now, I'm not going to mess with this bot because I already got it working, but I'm actually just going to use a test server for this. Especially because if you guys steal my like token and all that, then I don't care if you mess up my test server. But anyways, if you don't have a server yet, just go ahead and click this plus and click create a server, and that's literally all you need to do. Give it a name, add like at least one text channel, should come up with general, and then we can actually get to working with the bot here. So now that we've done that, what we're going to want to do actually is open up our Discord developer portal. Now you can see here, all you have to do to do this is just go Discord developer portal like that. All right, and then I'm just doing developer/applications. I'll leave the link in the description, and all this will be up on my website techwithtim.net, so you can go look at that as well, all the code and everything. And if you shouldn't have anything here, so you're gonna sign in with your Discord. So what did I do? Yeah, I'm signed in with my Discord, so do that, and then just click create new application like this. Now you can just give it a name. I just named mine test server, and I already have it here, so I'm not going to do that, but just create a new one if you haven't. And then you can open this up, and so it gives you your client ID, and then you're going to see this thing that says bot. So for bot, what we're going to do is we're going to create a new bot. So it should say here, I already have one. It should say like add a bot. Just click yes, confirm that, and then it should give you a bot. And I just named mine. Let's just name this bot. Okay, that'll be the name of our bot, number 4388. Now it's going to ask you to give some permissions to this bot. Now, you might not want to make it administer, but you want to make sure that it's able to at least send and see messages. So let's do, view channels, send messages, maybe delete messages, read message history, mention at everyone. And you can pick through which ones you want here, but at least give it enough that it's going to be able to send and look at messages because it needs to do that. So we'll do that, save changes. And then we're almost good to go on setting up kind of the Discord point of things. So what we're going to do now actually is set up our environment. Now, before I keep going, I just want to say quickly, this is actually a sponsored video. The people at ProXPN, they reached out to me and they said, hey, we're a VPN company, and we want to give you and your viewers a discount. So I actually have a 50% off code if you guys want to use this VPN. It works on your phone, it works on Mac, it works on Windows, and one account actually will work for everything. So they gave me a free account, and I've actually been using it for the past like 2 months. I don't have it set up right now, but on my Mac and my phone, because I'm on university Wi-Fi and I want to make sure that all my stuff is like encrypted and like people can't look through all my information. So I use ProXPN to do that. It's actually been like a pretty decent VPN considering a lot of the other ones. So this one is $625 a month US, but with my discount code, you're able to get it for, I don't know, what's half of that, $360 something a month. And that's like, it's not just the first month, like every month you only pay that amount. So for $3 to have your information secure and have access to all these features, I'll let you guys read through it. And go to the link in the description, and just so you know, if you do actually purchase this, you're supporting me because I get like referral money if you use this. So anyways, that's about that. So what we need to do now actually is set up our environment. So to do that, we're going to use Anaconda. This is just like a package manager and like environment manager for Python. You don't have to use this, but again, that's what I'm using for the tutorial. So just click downloads on Anaconda. Again, links will be in the description. Just download the 3.7 version if you're on Windows, Mac, same thing. I already have it downloaded, but just go through that and it will ask you to add Anaconda to path. So make sure you select like add to path when it does that. And yes, okay, so now we got Anaconda. Now what we need to do is set up a virtual environment with Anaconda. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to CMD, so our command prompt, just drag this over here and just type conda. First of all, so if you get something like this and this works, you did everything correctly. If this doesn't work, make sure you add conda to path. So reinstall it and make sure you check that add to path button. And if you know how to add it to the path manually, you can do that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to create a new environment. So we're going to do conda create -n, and then we're going to give this a name. I'm just going to call mine Discord, or actually, I don't know if that's going to work. I'm just going to call mine, let's see here, tutorial, okay? For tutorial. And then what you're going to have to do, and this is important, make sure you do Python equals 3.6, because the current version of Python 3.7 is not supported for Discord rewrite. So make sure you do Python equals 3.6. Okay, so we'll do that. It's going to go through solving the environment, setting it up, just click yes. And then once that's done, we're actually going to install some packages into this environment and then set it up into PyCharm. So I'll just wait 1 second while this finishes. Okay, so now that our environment is set up, what we're going to have to do is actually activate it, and we're going to install some packages into it. So if you haven't used this before, essentially all we're doing is creating a virtual environment to store a bunch of packages so that way, we have everything kind of organized into this environment and we don't clutter our like main Python file. And that's what Anaconda is used for. It's like a package manager and a virtual environment manager. So I'm just going to activate my environment. So I just called this tutorial. So you just have to do activate and then the name of your environment that you just created. So we'll do that. And you should see these little brackets popping up to the left of your path. Okay. Now, don't do what I'm about to do. Do not do this. If you do this, it's just going to kind of be a headache. Okay. So pip install Discord. Don't do that. If you do that, you're going to install the old version of discord.py, which does not have the same syntax as what I'm going to be using. So you're just going to be all messed up. And yeah, so just don't do that. We're actually going to have to install this off of the GitHub. So essentially Discord rewrite, which is what we're using, isn't, it's not fully released yet. So it's not on like pip, like you can't pip install it. So what we have to do is get it from GitHub. So we can still actually use pip, but we have to just give a certain command. So I have it in a notepad here. We're just going to grab it from the GitHub. So I'll put this link in the description. Again, it'll be on my website as well in case I forget to put it on there. And then all we're going to do is just copy this in here. It says pip install -u git. This just means we're getting it from GitHub, okay? And then we're just going to click enter. Enter, there we go. And it's going to clone the repository and install that for us. So once that's done, I'll be back. Okay, so we finished doing that. So now I think that's actually about it that we need for our bot. Now, if you guys want to go ahead and install like NumPy and Pandas or some other modules you think you're going to use, you can do that now, or you can always come back later. You can activate your environment and then reinstall it into there. So there's no rush. You don't have to install all the packages now. Again, this will be in the description, okay? All right, so now we're done with our command prompt, and now it's time to move to PyCharm. Okay, so this is my bot. I'm just going to end this. And you can see it was actually logging like all the messages that it sent here as well. just going to close this project and just start fresh so that I'm with you guys. Okay, so we're going to create a new project, and I'm just going to name this, let's see, Python. We'll name this Discord and then tutorial, like that, okay? Now for the project interpreter, you can mess with it here if you want, or you can just wait till after. I'll just mess with it here. What you're going to do is you're going to go to existing interpreter. You're going to go to click these dots, and we're going to find this conda environment that we just created. So you're going to select conda environment. We're going to go to, instead of no interpreter, we're going to click these 3 dots. We're going to go to our C drive. We're going to go to users. We're going to go to our user, and then we're going to go to Anaconda 3. Okay. Again, you can look at the path up here if you're getting lost in where I'm typing, but this is the default install location for Anaconda. If you installed it somewhere else, then you're obviously going to have to find where that is. But mine is just, and this is the default one in C drive. Okay. You're going to open Anaconda, and this should be the same no matter where your Anaconda is. You're going to click env, standing for environments, and you're going to find your environment. So mine's tutorial, but you can see my other environments here. I have Discord, or Disk, New Web, Tensor, TensorFlow for the machine learning stuff I did. So we're going to click tutorial, and then we're going to go and we're going to click python.w.exe. And this is going to be the interpreter that we use. We'll click OK. And now we have, you can see 3.6. This should be popping up, and you've now configured the interpreter. So we're almost actually ready to go and start typing some code. So let's click create. And now we're loaded up, and let's just make a new Python file. Okay, so I just had to restart my webcam quickly because whenever I launch PyCharm, it kind of glitches out. But essentially all we missed here is we're just going to go here. We're going to go new Python file. So I just did that by right clicking and just name it whatever you want. I'm just going to name mine bot, and there we go. So now let's just quickly set up a configuration so we can run this fast, and we'll go add configuration plus Python, and then we're just going to do, what do you call it? Let's call it bot. And then we're just going to go to script path, and we'll go to Discord tutorial bot. Okay, make sure the correct environment. So 3.6 discord.py. I think this is the right one. Maybe. What one were we using? Python 3.6. Or is it? Yeah, project default. Sorry, Python 3.6. That's what we want. Project default. Again, you can set up your interpreter here if you know how to do that. But I'm pretty sure if you just do project default, that should work. At least we'll test that out in a second. Okay, so now we're good with that. And what we're going to do is we're just going to import Discord here and make sure that this is working. So essentially, I forgot to mention this, but if you guys don't have this, it's just called PyCharm, right? It's like one of the best, like, what do you call it, IDEs for Python. You can literally just type PyCharm on the internet, go here, and download it. There's not really anything you have to do to set it up. Just pick like an install location and click download. And then all you're going to do is launch it. Again, like you can just type PyCharm to launch that and just follow along with the steps that I showed you. Sorry, I always forget that people don't use PyCharm because I always use it. But anyways, so now we're just going to run this configuration by clicking this little arrow up here. And what I did essentially, if you're confused, was I just created a new way to run my file, because in PyCharm, you need to use configurations. If you guys want PyCharm tutorials, how to use this thing, it's pretty useful. I have some on my channel that you can check out as well. But we'll just click this run icon and no errors. So we're actually good. Okay, so we've imported Discord. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to create a new text file in here. So I'm just going to call this actually token.txt, because what I'm about to do is get the token for my bot. Now, I don't want to give you guys my token, because if I give it to you, then you're going to be able to code with my bot and, well, mess with it. So essentially, to get your token, what you're going to do is go back to this developer portal. I hope you didn't close it yet. And you're just going to click on click to reveal token. Now, I'm going to do this off camera, but essentially you're going to click on this, okay? And then just make sure you have the token. You don't have to put it in a text file because you'll see what we're going to do with it. Just like copy it in here, okay? Just copy like whatever the token is. It's going to be a bunch of letters, and copy it into your file just so you have it, okay? So I'm going to pause quickly, do that, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. So all I've done essentially is copy my token into this token.txt file. I believe I saved that. And then all I'm doing is I just made this function that's just going to read the token in. Again, you guys don't have to do this. You'll see what I'm going to do in just a second, okay? So essentially what we need to do now is we need to just set up a client for Discord. So this is the beginning steps. We're just going to say client equals discord.client, like that, okay? And we'll put brackets. And now what we need to do is we need to run our client. Now, this is where we need the token, right? So from that developer page, we got the token. And what this is going to do is going to connect us with our bot, okay? And since our bot is, we have to also associate that bot with the server. So we'll do that in just a second. But essentially what we're going to do is we're going to do client.run, okay? And then here we're going to put our token. So in this case, my token is, well, token, all right? So actually, I think I might have closed this. I didn't mean to do this. So let's go back to the Discord developer portal quickly. I'm gonna go to test server. Okay, so to link this up, I was trying to find like the easiest way to do this, but essentially we just need this client ID, okay? Now what you guys are gonna have to do is I have a link in the description, all right? And you're just gonna copy that link. Now the link is gonna look, I have it in a text file just so I can show you exactly what it looks like, but essentially it is this, okay? So it's gonna look like this. This is what the link is. Now notice that it says here, see what it says bot client ID, and there's like the greater than sign, less than sign, like encapsulating this. You're gonna delete this, okay, from the link. So you're gonna copy it into a text file, whatever you wanna do, and then delete that. What you're gonna do is you're gonna paste your client ID here. Now the client ID is this, right? So you're gonna copy that, so we'll copy it. We'll go to the text file, and this is exactly what you need to do. Paste it right there. So you notice that it's not in between the what do you call it, the tag. It's just like ID equals, and then you're gonna take this link, okay? So it's a web link. We'll copy it. Now we're gonna put it up here, and I already did it here, but I'll paste it one more time to show you. So I'll Control V, click enter. It's gonna load up a page that looks like this. Now it's gonna say add a bot to a server. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select test server like that, okay? And I'm gonna click authorize. All right. So now, because you were signed in with your Discord, right? When you did this, it's going to allow you to add that to your server. So you're going to click I'm not a robot, go through all these steps, and then you can see, oh, bot is here, and it's letting me know that in the text channel. Okay. So if I go to Discord and open this back up, then you can see now we have an offline bot. Now, if you're not getting this offline bot, you made a mistake, because it should be showing up in offline. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do actually, so I'm going to close this, but remember these links are in the description, and you just have to replace that with the client ID that you're getting from your Discord developer portal. I know this is a lot of work, but it's authorized. So I can actually go ahead and I can close this because we don't need that anymore. Now the bot's added. All we need to do is just run it. So we have the bot token, right? And the bot token I'm storing in the token.txt file, but you guys are going to have it in here. Now, just to show you here, if you don't have the token in a string, like say it's like token here, just put quotation marks around it, because it's not going to work if you just have like a bunch of letters and numbers. Python doesn't know what to do with that. So if your token's here and it's like not from a text file, then just put it like that. So it comes in as a string, okay? Just to make sure, because I'm sure someone's probably going to make the mistake. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to run this and see if everything's actually working. So I'm going to run my bot because we're client.run, right? And now I'm going to go to my Discord server, and you should see the bot is online. If you've got to this point, you've done everything successful. Congratulations. We're almost ready to start like seeing if the bot can get our messages or not, okay? So now the bot is online. So just to show you, this bot is only going to be online when you're running the script. So if you are like hosting a bot, for example, on your computer, it's only going to be online when, first of all, your computer's on, and second of all, you're running that bot script on your computer. So I'll show in later videos how we can host our bot using like web services, like Amazon Web Services and stuff, so we don't have to constantly have it running on our computer. But for now, that's what we're going to do, especially for testing. So now notice if I stop this script, I go back here, just wait a second, it should go offline. I think it just takes a second. Let's see here. If I change servers and go back. Okay, well, it is going to go offline in a second. Just trust me on that, okay? Okay, so now we've got our token. We ran the bot. Everything seems to be working. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try to get a message from the user and just like print that message back. So this all can go, actually, we're going to go in between these two lines because we're going to run after. And what we're going to do is we're just going to set up events. Now, this kind of system works on events. So I'm going to do @client.event, okay? And there's a reason, that's why I need this client here, so that this is going to work. And is there brackets? No, there's not. So let's do @client.event. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say define on_message, okay? And then in here, we're just going to type message, because what's essentially going to happen is whenever a message is sent, this function is going to be run. So by putting this, what's known as a decorator here, it's saying that when the event of onMessage is triggered, this function runs. So then we're going to grab the message from the user, and then we can start doing things with it. Now, I don't think I can actually do define. I think I have to do like async or something. Let's have a look here. Async define, but it should help. Is that working? Yeah, async define. So you need this async thing. I'm not going to go through exactly what that does, but this is what you need to do. Async define onMessage message. And now whenever a message is sent, this function is going to run. So how do we get the message? How do we check? How do we send messages? Oh, there's a lot of stuff. So essentially what we're going to do, first of all, is let's just print to our actual console what the message is and make sure that this is working. So we'll say message.content, and I believe that's what it is, message.content. Yes, message.content. I'm just looking at the documentation right now so I don't forget. Okay, so I'm going to click run, and now let's test and see if we're getting messages. Okay, so we're running this, no errors. Let's go to our Discord server. I'll make it smaller, and then let's just say hi. Now look at my console to the left here. It's printing out exactly what I'm typing. Hello, what's up, Tim. Okay, so we're getting those messages, so we know that this is working, the bot is working. That's awesome. Okay, so we're getting messages. So now what we want to do is we want to check what these messages are, and based on that, we want to send messages back to the user. And after I do this, I'm going to end this tutorial, but I just want to show you so you guys can mess around with it at least a little bit. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to say if message.content dot find, okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do like an exclamation point and then hello. So all I'm going to do essentially is say if we find this, so if this is greater than, or if it's not equal to -1, because the way find is going to work, it's going to get -1 if it doesn't find this. We're just going to see if dot or if exclamation point hello is in the message. If it is, we're going to say hi back. So how do we do this? Well, to say hi back, we're actually going to do await message dot channel dot send, and then in here we'll just say hi. Now we double check this, but I think that is correct. Message.channel.send. Yes. So what we're doing now is we're checking that if this exclamation point hello is contained anywhere in the message. Okay, we're just using a really basic Python find function to do this. Now find returns a -1 if it doesn't find it. So if it finds it at any point, then it's not going to be -1. So we'll say hi back. So let's now end the bot and run it again. Let's go to Discord, which apparently I keep closing, and then let's type hi, and see it's not printing anything out, nothing's happening. But now if I type exclamation point hello, our bot responds and it says hi. So that's all I'm going to show you guys for today. If you had any trouble with this, again, please join my Discord server, or let me know in the comments down below. Also, I have a Twitter if you guys want to follow that. I kind of release some updates and exclusive stuff on there, so that'd be awesome if you guys followed. And if you enjoyed the video and are excited for the next one, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you again there.